welcome back to the channel. Sorry for the horrible upload consistency. We always got to find time to do it, but today I wanted to throw something at you guys a little different. I hope you're not disappointed. This is a game that I've been checking out that I think definitely deserves a little recognition, so I'd like to shed a little spotlight on it if possible. Today I have Cogs of War TCG, an indie TCG creator. His name's Christopher Pitcher. Very cool stuff. You could get this on the Game Crafter. I'll go ahead and link that if anybody is interested, if any of you guys want to check it out. Very cool concept, very fast-paced game where everything is mechanized. So everything in this game is a machine, or otherwise known as cogs. The packs are mapped pretty interestingly on here. So we've got on the top left, you can take a good look. There's 8 common, 5 uncommon, 3 rare, 1 SR, and then 1 potential SR, UR, or CR, which is cyber rare. There's also a full card list that is downloadable on the Game Crafter as well, if you guys want to check that out. I think I play a lot of TCGs, and I think this one is definitely worth the look. Very fast-paced, very fun. I plan on uploading some gameplay videos for those of you interested. But I'm going to go ahead and start cracking these for you. I'm going to do 5 packs. So I figured we'll just jump right in. Yeah, I really like the aesthetic for this game quite a bit. To my knowledge, he is the illustrator for every one of these cards. We'll go ahead and organize here. We got Roboto Epsilon. I believe there's 4 archetypes currently. Roboto Epsilon launch, so that would be equivalent to like when it comes into play, like an on-play effect. Very cool. So that looks like a common. Metacog is going to be a common. RTS, a return to sender, but we got a counter gear. So these are like your trap cards, I believe. Yeah, when the enemy declares a direct attack to your forge, otherwise known as your deck. There's just certain verbiage for everything, but it's very cool what he did with the verbiage. It gives the spaces a lot more flavor. Wrench in the works, another counter card. Roboto Gamma. So we're getting a couple Robotos in here. They're very BMO-esque. They got like the screen with the face. I think this is like the toolbox archetype. They all sort of do, you know, you get the card that does the thing you want it to do, and you send them out. Ooh, Hydronics. Explode. So this is like a destruction effect. Deal 2 damage to the enemy's forge. So the win con in this game is to make your opponent mill their deck out. So whenever damage is dealt, or effect damage is dealt, the X amount of cards are milled off of the top of their deck. It's a very interesting concept. Deal 2 damage to the forge. Got explosive retreat. Yeah, illustration, Christopher Pitcher. Yeah, I believe all of these are him, which is impressive. Okay, so this looks like a rare. Buckshot Ravager. Very cool. Biotronic Carrier. Tyrantula. These illustrations are awesome, man. Gearbolt Fledgling. Yeah, Gearbolt is another archetype here. So awesome. Botweiler. Ooh, let's go. Wormhole Serpent. My god, what a cool card. Very reminiscent of Cyber Dragon. It's airborne, in other words, it's flying. Interesting. Flying Mechanical Serpent. I like it. If the enemy declares an attack, you can send this card to the junkyard. Negate the attack. Okay. So it's a battle trick as well. That is awesome. Skeletek, another archetype in the game. I think this is the like control archetype of when this card is sent to the incinerator, aka removed from the game. Target 1 enemy cog on the battlefield and destroy it. So get a nice pop effect. Love it. It's super cool. Pyro Buster. And for our, what I believe is an ultra rare, is Shufflestorm. And Roboto Sai. This is a fusion cog that tells you what you need in order to fuse the 2 into this card. Very cool fusion cards are introduced. The way this game sort of feels is it's kind of like old school Yu-Gi-Oh, but with its own flavors. For my Monster Club players out there is a lane battle system that doesn't restrict you to what you attack on the board, but if there's nothing standing in front of your cog in lane, you're allowed to attack directly. So the lanes actually do matter if you place something in front. So placement does matter in this game for sure. All right, going into pack 2, we got Lipsqueak, Cannonbore, Voltaic Seaworm. You gotta appreciate these illustrations, man. Good stuff. Roboto Epsilon. Sorry if I'm bumping the camera. Blue Screen of Death. I just like the goofy references in here too. If you control no cogs, all enemy cogs are inflicted with glitch, which I think is similar to like being confused in Pokemon. There's a list of all the keywords and what they mean. I think glitch is if they declare an attack and they have glitch, you have to flip a coin, and you can potentially attack yourself. Destroy this card if you control one or more cogs. So it's a nice little stun card there, like it. Another Metacog, Spider Bite, Roboto Eta. Ooh, this is sick artwork. Crocanical. Okay, so for our rare, Crocanical. Skeletech Cannoneer. Okay, so this is sort of like, I don't know the Yu-Gi-Oh equivalent, but an enemy cog that this card destroys as a result of battle, send it to the incinerator. So it removes it from play. Transport Beam, Crocovile, Skeletech Gunner. Got Roboto Sigma. Ooh, a 9/2 for 3. That's huge. That is a huge attack stat for a 3-drop. I believe Skullomata Crawler has durable. I believe that means it blocks the first instance of damage. We got Roboto Row on launch. Add a 3-cost Roboto. Nice. Little Searcher. Ooh, Roboto Fee or 5. This, if the enemy deploys or direct deploys a card, deal 3 damage. So it burns for 3 every time they put a cog into play. Pretty solid. And a Gearbolt Dragon. How sick. So what rarity is this? It is a, I can't remember what the orange is, but this is different color here. You can tell the rarities by the upper right hand corner. There's like a little orb that'll show you. I'll go ahead and put that right there actually. Got 3 more packs to crack open here. The Gearbolts look really cool. They all bring their interesting little play style to the table. You can mix and match any way you want. I think deck minimums are 45. Since the win con is milling your opponent, it's a little different. Got Ignitron, we got Guardrone, another Blue Screen of Death, Plug Fox, Roadburner, Roboto Gamma, Motorator, Rats. Equip this to an enemy cog. It cannot attack. The enemy's forge receives 1 damage each turn. Okay. A little bit of a stun card for those people who want to say, no, don't touch me, I'm scared. And also get burned for 1 each turn. Another Buckshot Ravager. It's a cool card. Botweiler, Skeletech Hacker. Sick looking card. Roboto Theta. Bazooka Jote. Airborne Rapid Fire. That means it gets to attack an additional time, whatever the rapid fire digit is in brackets, or in parentheses here. So it gets 2 swings. Roboto. End of turn. Both players draw 2 cards. I don't know if I'd want to give my opponent 2 cards. Roboto Epsilon, Iceborg Slayer. Launch. Destroy an enemy cog with attack of 7 or higher. This is just a hard removal for like bosses. Pretty sick. Roboto Chi. Inflict Mute. This is equivalent to you negate the effects. If you mute something, you're taking its effects away, which is super relevant. Iron Steed Stallion. Oh, this is awesome. I believe this is a fusion material for a certain card in the set. Hopefully you'll see it. Iron Steed Stallion is a cool looking card. Has Revenge, Inflict Deadlock to enemy cog. I think that means it cannot attack. I'm still learning the verbiage. All right, taking into the next one. Got another copy of Rats, Gamma, Lockjaws, Roboto Alpha, Ignitron, Spider Bite, Robotengu, Gearings. Cool, it's an equipment card. Jelly Storm, Barricade and Virus. I think Virus is like Death Touch. Flamantis, Roboto Iota. Launch, deal 2 damage to enemy forge. Then shuffle 2 from your junkyard back into your forge. So deal 2, heal 2. Pretty good. Roboto Lambda. I like how they're all just toolbox cards. So awesome. Cannoneer. Nagato. Armor and Virus. Makes sense. You are a snake. Awesome looking card. Roboto Rescue. So they have a way to fish out their own archetype. Clawitzer. And then we have a Mecha Harvester, as well as a Cockroach Infestation. Equip this card to an ally cog. It gains 2 attack for every cog you control. And it doesn't exclude the one that it is equipped to. So that's an immediate +2. And then, depending on how much more is on your board. Very cool. Yeah, you've got your equipment cards, your instant cards, your counter cards. Very easy game to get into. All right, for the final pack, we got Rats kicking it off again. Robotengu, RTS, or Return to Sender. I think this is a really good counter card. When the enemy declares a direct attack to your forge, shuffle all cogs from your enemy, excuse me, shuffle all cogs your enemy controls back into their forge. So you just spin them back into the deck. It's pretty awesome. Blue Screen of Death, Roboto Zeta, explodes, enemy draws 2 cards. There's got to be a strat there, but my god, Lockjaw's very cool artwork. Whip Squeak, Destruction Pit. This is reminiscent of like a trap hole card. You could see the inspiration for sure. That is awesome. We got Roboto Iota, Roboto New, plug in Jetpack, make any of those cogs airborne. Very cool. Crocodile, Roboto Theta. Ooh, Skeletechnology. That is a sick looking card. Very cool. When any card from either player is sent to the incinerator, shuffle 2 cards. Okay. That is a pretty consistent way to heal, actually. Sounds good. Omicron. Frankenstein has piercing, launch, deal 5 damage. This card seems very threatening. Dealing 5 on play is huge. Roboto Fee and a Dex Change. Yep, this card, I believe, is pretty insane as well. Exchange your forge with the Junkyard. This deck is now your forge. If you do this, send this card to the incinerator. So it banishes itself upon play, but it seems like this card would be in at least like 1 copy per deck. It's fun to see what people think would be good in this. It's a very cool idea. So that's it for this video, you guys. I just wanted to go ahead and crack 5 packs of this open because, like I said, I think this one definitely should get a little recognition. Very cool stuff. Christopher Pitcher. I think you got something really cool here. Like I said, he's on the Game Crafter. I'll go ahead and link it down below for any of you guys that are interested. I'd love to start uploading some footage for this game. Don't worry, I'm not dropping anything else. I like to show some other stuff that I think is really cool and worth checking out from time to time. So for those of you that tune in to me, I greatly appreciate you bearing with me, checking out these videos. It means a lot to me. I love doing this. Whenever I get a chance, I know I'm very inconsistent. But as always, much appreciated, and I'll see you guys in the